Here we are once again with a Bubbagun update, and I have to tell you, in the past week or two, I've picked up about 6 rifles, maybe a shotgun in there. Anyhow, among those was what I call Franken gun, and we're going to have a video on the Franken gun. But for now, we're looking at the Bubbagun. So you may remember, I mean, look, there's obviously not an ambitious job I'm doing here, but I made some progress. So the mystery was, what did this comb, this artistic comb that somebody added, what did it involve? So I just took a saw and cut it off. First, by the way, if you see this kind of thing, you can stick it, the whole thing. I just put the whole mechanism in the freezer, and sometimes you're lucky. It's happened once or twice that I take it out of the freezer and then just take a mallet and you wrap on the glued on thing, and it just comes off in extremely cold temperatures. But you can't hit it too hard or you split the stock and so on. But anyhow, this is the original Bubbagun. So yeah, here we have the wood that came off no problem. It's very soft. It's mahogany. After a while you can tell wood by the grain quite easily. And then I sanded just roughly, and you can see in here, this is an epoxy of some kind. And I guess what happened is the gun was camoed, and then that camo seems to have covered everything, because you can see it under the epoxy, and then the comb was decided it was needed. Now here's the bad news, which I kind of hoped had not happened, and you can see that they put like fasteners in here, so there's probably a screw or something holding this on. So I thought that's a good point to make a Bubbagun video. So I'll grind this off, which is not a big deal, and see whether I can somehow disguise these screw holes. And what else did I notice about this thing? The checkering goes. I noticed something else about it though. Yes, you can see here there's a little bit of cracking. So, you know, sometimes these things look like bad idea projects, but this stock could have split here. It's hard to tell whether it's the camo finish, the underlying finish, or an actual crack. But we'll find out when we remove the rest of the camo finish. So that's where I made it to. I think I showed you this before. And you know, when I'm reshaping this, I don't have to do much. I may as well make the recoil pad fit, because it's sort of a little bit too big. But altogether, disappointing just because of those fasteners. And I don't know what's in there. I didn't grind it down enough to see whether it's a screw head. Sometimes it's a brass pin, or just you know, some kind of wood screw. And I guess the idea was that the glue wasn't strong enough. It would have been. That glue is very strong, but when you're doing something, I guess you want it to last. So the fellow put some fasteners in there. So that's the Bubbagun update. I looked at the barrels. I took some more paint remover to those, brass wire brush just on my drill. That cleaned up nicely. Not good enough to show on film. I'll do that next time. Anyhow, that's a very quick video on a very simple subject, but eventually out of this will come, I think, a decent, quite nice over and under shotgun, no matter what's wrong with this buttstock. And I don't think I'm going to replace it. You know, I may not be extremely happy about the camo, but somebody else might have been. I'll be just happy to get it back to wood and a regular finish. And if it's cracked, we'll fix it so it doesn't crack more. But I'm not sure that it is cracked, and get rid of this comb. So it's kind of nice to have something in the background to work on always. Not that I have any shortage of things to work on. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.